there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be talking about Venom the Last Dance, that trailer where it revealed Knull, God of the Symbiotes. So exciting guys. My excitement level, imagine if it was at a 5 or 6, it's now at like an 8 or a 9. Having Knull, God of the Symbiotes, one of the most badass characters in Marvel Comics, appearing in live action in this movie is incredible. It was a great choice and I can't wait to see where they take him in the future. But guys, we're going to dive into this article, have a read about what's going on with Venom and also with Knull, God of the Symbiotes. The actual creator, Donny Cates himself, who created Knull, the God of the Symbiotes, has chimed in on social media. He's read the script for Venom the Last Dance, so we're going to have to see what he says regarding this movie. So let's jump in and let's break it down and let's see what's going on with Venom and Knull. So, Venom 3, shocker, Knull revealed. Donny Cates responds. Again, for those of you who may not know, Donny Cates is the name of the guy who created Knull, God of the Symbiotes. So, the cat's out of the bag for the final Venom 3 trailer, which revealed the surprise supervillain from Marvel Comics, Knull. Long story short, Knull was introduced in the comics in 2018 and retconned into being a major Marvel villain. In relation to Venom, he is God of the Symbiotes. So, this character debuted in 2018, so that just goes to show you how new this character is. He's been around for less than 10 years. So in the Marvel landscape, in terms of the timeline, he's such a new character. And the fact that he's made a jump to live action this quick just goes to show how popular that character is. So this is a screen grab here from the actual trailer. So if you haven't seen Venom 3 The Last Dance trailer, I do recommend go ahead and watch it guys after you've seen this video obviously. This is a screen grab here. So this is Knull in the distance sat on his throne here. Very dark, very foreboding, very kind of gothic in nature almost. And these kind of tendrils and kind of gives you the Venom vibes. And we can see him just in the, just in the distance, kind of a bit blurred out, sat on his throne here. And yeah, man, ominous feeling. This guy is a deity. He's got so much damn power. He's like a Thanos level threat. He might even be more powerful than Thanos, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, if they kill him off in this one movie and he goes no further in the MCU, people will be up in arms about it, I'll tell you, because he's a gigantic villain that needs to be done justice. So, Donny Cates, stoked for Knull. With the final Venom 3 trailer revealing Knull, the character's creator, Donny Cates, took to Twitter to share his response. After hearing about the trailer, Cates initially joked on X about getting a nice payday, posting the word money in the Venom font. So you can see here, Donny Cates, the creator of Knull, he put up this funny post here saying money, obviously in the font of Venom. There's been a lot of speculation and rumors going around online on social media over the last few days saying that, he's not getting paid for Knull's appearance in this movie, which I kind of understand to a degree. He was a paid artist. He was paid to create Knull, the character. Marvel paid the creator Donny Cates. He created Knull. He was paid for his work, and now Marvel owns the rights to Knull. They can do whatever they want with him, and they don't have to pay the creator any more money. And, that's the deal that he made. And whether it's right or wrong, if this movie goes on to make $1 billion, should they pay the creator of Knull more money? That's a big discussion, whether they should, whether they shouldn't. But when it comes down to it, if they've already paid the guy for creating the character, then they technically don't owe him any more money. But that's a huge discussion we could get into about, art and paying artists and back-end deals and all that. That's a massive discussion, guys. But we'll save that for another video. So, Cates would then reveal that he was allowed to view Venom The Last Dance script, and he has good things to say. So, the creator went on to say the following. Okay, bottom line, I turned 40 today, and there's a movie being made where a character that Ryan Stegman and I created is fighting a character that Todd McFarlane created, and guess what? Everything else aside, nothing is going to rob me of thinking that that's fucking rad, he tweeted. So yeah, having Venom and Knull kind of fighting each other, potentially. Although, I don't think it would be much of a fight because Knull is kind of a deity-powered being, whereas Venom isn't. He's just a symbiote. And obviously, Knull has power over the symbiotes. So I don't think those two will be fighting on screen. Whether they have a confrontation in an after-credit scene or something like that could well be possible. But I don't think they'll be fighting, fist, hand-to-hand combat, to be so to speak, because obviously Knull would overpower Venom quite badly. So Cates followed the tweet up with a mention of the script. Also, I've been talking with Sony and I read the script for Venom The Last Dance, and I'll say this: It's so much bigger and so much more ambitious than you can imagine. And Knull, holy shit. That's how you treat a king. Happy birthday to me. See you at the New York Comic Con, he tweeted. So he said, this is so much bigger, so much more ambitious than you can imagine. And Knull, holy shit, that's how you treat a king. So I'm assuming there where he says that's how you treat a king, that he's read the script, that he's happy with the character arc or the way that the character of Knull is being written. That's how you treat a king, and it's ambitious. So that's great to hear. And I really hope that they continue on with Knull. I hope they don't kill him off. He's a gigantic villain that needs to be done justice, like I keep saying. And I'm really, really excited to see where Sony go in the future. And if they squander the opportunity to use Knull in their Sonyverse going forward, then they've made a huge, huge mistake. But I hope that's not the case. So we have a comic cover here of the King in Black Marvel. I was going to say Marvel then. Getting Marvel and Knull kind of like, yeah, just talking too much. But yeah, Knull from Marvel Comics. So excuse my faux pas. So yeah, this is Knull here, guys. Like I said, I was saying in another video, right? He looks like a band member from like Kiss. He looks like he belongs in a heavy metal band. This guy just looks metal as fuck. I mean, look at this guy, mate. He's got like these big massive teeth, these big red eyes, this fucking, you know, white silver hair, this badass gothic sword, his costume here. You know, just like, it looks like he's got mummy bandages. He's huge, like huge damn claws. Seeing this guy in live action would terrify anybody, mate. He's scary as shit. And I hope he looks like this if we see him, you know, if we get a good representation and we get a full good look at him in the Venom 3 movie. I hope he looks like this because it's just badass. So, who is playing Knull in Venom 3? So this is a massive question. Who is playing this character? Also worth mentioning is a fake rumor circulating on X that Norman Reedus is playing Knull in Venom 3. That would be so cool to have Norman Reedus playing this guy, but apparently that's fake news. So if you see anybody online, you know, sharing or tweeting that Norman Reedus is playing Knull in Venom 3, it's not true, guys. You know, tell people that it's false news and just inform people that it's not accurate. So, however, it's speculated that Rhys Ifans, who's playing, who actually portrayed... Let me start that again. However, it's speculated that Rhys Ifans is actually portraying Knull and not reprising his role as Dr. Curtis Connors, aka the Lizard from the Spider-Man movies. So that's a really interesting casting choice. So the guy who played the Lizard in the Amazing Spider-Man movie against Andrew Garfield is potentially playing Knull in this movie. So if that's true, that's an interesting casting. He's a great actor, so, you know, I'm all the more for it. But yeah, like I keep saying, look at this. He looks like a Kiss band member. And yeah, this guy looks badass. I mean, he just looks so cool. And I'm so damn excited. I can't believe how excited I am just for this one character here. I don't think I've been this excited for a Marvel character in live action that I have been for Knull in the recent days. Like, I haven't been this excited in a long time to see a character in live action. But yeah, he looks so cool. So, Knull has a history with the multiverse. So, what is also interesting about the use of Knull is that the character has a history with the multiverse. Obviously, we're still in the multiverse saga at the moment until after Secret Wars ends, and then I think they're going to collapse the multiverse, and then probably the mutant saga will probably start after that. So, another long story short, Knull was one of the Kings in Black, being picked by the Celestials to maintain the multiverse. However, Knull refused this role and rebelled against the Celestials. That's how heavy metal this guy is. He just rebelled against the Celestials. There's not many people that would have the balls to do that, and this guy did. So that tells you how metal and how badass this guy is. So, MCU Connections. In the comics, Knull was also retconned as the force behind Gore the God Butcher's mission to hunt down and kill various gods. Gore, portrayed by Christian Bale, was featured in Thor Love and Thunder. And obviously, you've got Christian Bale here as Gore the God Butcher. He was pretty cool in that role. I really think he did some interesting things with that role of Gore the God Butcher. I think they could have written him a bit better, and I think he could have lasted a bit longer in that role. They should have, you know, he should have appeared in multiple films, because Gore the God Butcher, man, he's a big character, and, you know, he kills a lot of gods, but he didn't seem to do that in this movie. And that's a shame. So Knull also created Gore's weapon, the all-black, the Necrosword, which is said to have inspired Hela's sword in the MCU. So yeah, basically Knull, he created the first symbiote and then it infused the first symbiote into the sword, and it was called the Necrosword. And that's the same sword that Gore the God Butcher has here in Thor Love and Thunder. And yeah, so it's a really interesting backstory just to this sword here alone. So that's pretty damn cool. So obviously we've got Venom the Last Dance, the poster here. So where is Sony going with Knull? So this is one of the big questions, one of the most sort of anticipated questions I have since I saw the trailer for Venom 3. So whether Knull is just a cool Easter egg for fans, or if Sony actually has big plans for the character down the road is unknown. How do you not have big plans for a character of this caliber? You know, like, he's a huge villain. So Sony Marvel's division could use a win right now, especially after Madam Web, one of the worst movies ever made, not just comic book movies, just worst movies in general. Bombed. Venom Let There Be Carnage, that was a good movie. There was some fun to be had with that. The fact that Venom was done in one movie, again, Carnage. The fact that Carnage was just a one and done villain, that was a huge mistake. Carnage is a massive villain in that symbiote world. They should have spanned him across multiple films. Was also a disappointment, in my opinion, as was Morbius. Again, Morbius, there was a little bit of fun to be had with that movie, but it was ultimately a bomb. Venom The Last Dance marks the end of the franchise, so if Knull continues, or even Tom Hardy as Venom, fans might need to look elsewhere, perhaps Spider-Man 4, which could finally connect Sony, Marvel to MCU and Tom Hardy with Tom Holland. So, could we see Knull popping up in Spider-Man 4? I mean, take my money. I don't know what else to say. But like, having a confrontation, could you imagine having a Mexican standoff? So you've got Tom Holland Spider-Man, you've got Eddie Brock, Venom, and Tom Hardy, and then you've got Knull kind of having like a three-way fight. Like, that would just be insane. Or if Knull's pulling the strings and gets Venom to fight Spider-Man, that's kind of how those two characters meet. Venom and Spider-Man end up fighting because Knull kind of blackmails Venom into fighting Spider-Man somehow, or kind of, you know, tricks him into fighting Spider-Man somehow. Or something along those lines. But I think that would be badass, and that would be super cool, having Knull in Spider-Man 4. So, guys, that's kind of a bit of a deep dive into what's going on with Venom 3, what's going on with Knull, and kind of some of the comments that Donny Cates, the creator of Knull himself, had to say in regards to him reading the script for Venom 3. So, I throw it off to you. What do you think about this? Does Knull being in Venom 3 get you more excited for what they're doing with Venom 3, the movie? Or do you not really care about the Knull character? And what do you think about the potential future for Knull as well? Do you hope he pops up in Spider-Man 4? Or do you think it should just be a one-and-done villain, kind of like Carnage was? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, I cannot wait to hear, so make sure you pop them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next one.